You said in an interview that you had been auditioning for years for The Color Purple, but for the Broadway version.
Yes. So our journey starts 2015, about to graduate college. We hear it's coming over. And for a lot of my life, I'd been told like I probably could play the part of Celie. And so I go and audition and I think I'm gonna get it, and then I don't. And I go through a couple of rounds, and like when they're hiring to replace, I audition again, think I'm gonna get it, and then don't. And then when they did the tour, I auditioned again, and I was like, "There's okay, this has to be it." Don't get it. And then I just go back to Lion King. I keep working for them. I was a swing, so it was easy to kind of be in that show for a long time because I was doing something different every single night. And pandemic hit, and I remember writing on a piece of paper like I'm going to be in a movie musical by the end of this year. And I hadn't known at the time I wrote that Color Purple was going to be a movie musical. I think I maybe heard like rumors or something, but nothing ever quite set in stone. And then it came time, the pandemic hit, theater shut down, not much to do, but I was convinced I was going to be a viral YouTube sensation. I was like, that's going to be my ticket into Hollywood. So I was making these videos in my basement, and I had my own little series called By Phylicia. Horrible production value, where like it was like almost like a talk show, and I would have guests, and one of the guests was Miss Oprah Winfrey herself. But it was a stick figure of her where I literally just drew like a circle and then like a hand and and put it on the wall and was like, Oprah's here with me today, guys. Welcome to my show. And then from there, I did one video where I pretended, I don't know if you know the show How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
Um, yeah, starring Viola Davis. I did one where I pretended to be, I called myself Fanelise Keating because to mix Felicia and Annalise Keating, the character's name. And it was called Dear White People, because it was just like a racial reckoning in our country. And so many of my friends, I come from predominantly white areas, and so many of my friends were just asking me for like resources, and it was a lot. So I was like, I'll just make one YouTube video, put it out there on my little talk show. And then this could be the resources you guys look at. And no one saw it except my manager. My manager saw the video and then signed me off of that. And then from there, I got an agent. And then from there, then it was time. I think it was announced that Corey Hawkins and her, Gabby Wilson, had been cast in Color Purple. And then I went back to writing down again. And I was like, I'm going to play the role of Celie in the movie musical. This is why I haven't gotten it before. It has to be. It has to be why, because I was meant to do the movie musical version. I was feeling comfortable on camera from doing the YouTube videos just in my basement. And sadly, my grandmother ended up passing away um, May of 2021. We went home to the Democratic Republic of Congo to bury her. And I kid you not, I like heard a voice in my head just say, Google the Color Purple auditions. And so I Googled them, and I saw like an open call on a website called Actors Access, and submitted, and then just asked my agents like, hey, do you mind like giving them a little push? I submitted on this open website. I don't know if they see those things. I guess they saw it because then I had like a callback, and they asked me to sing the song I'm Here and do a couple scenes for Celie. And using my knowledge of YouTube, I like didn't have a voice at the time because I'd just been traveling. So I lip sync to the camera and then recorded myself separately and then edited the two together to be a perfect like self tape. And no one knows this. You're the first person I'm telling. No one knows that I did this. But I had no voice. So I would sing like one line and then do tea and like lozenges and then sing another line and then do tea and lozenges and just like pieced it together. And I'm so thankful I had that experience, was able to do that. And I sent them the perfect audition tape, and they still said no. They were like, she's still not right. She's reading a little too young for the role of Celie. And I was like, who are they gonna get? They got Fantasia Barrino. So I was like, okay, I understand, I understand. But then they came back like 3 months later. I had gone to work on Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies. I was fully in a writer's room and thought writing for television was going to be my track. And that like maybe that would come back full circle and I could do some acting. So by the time it came back to me, I just was like, I'd expended, I felt every resource that I had towards this one role that I could not get. And ironically, I'd written a part for myself on Grease, and
Yeah.
then was told I was reading a little too old to play that part on Grease. So when young Celie came in, I was like, there's no way. No, there's no way. They just told me I like read too old. But from there it was a couple more auditions. I got to sing an original song. I'm the first person to sing it, and it's in the film. It's called She Be Mine. I had a director session with the director and with casting, and I thought maybe I wasn't going to get it because they had me do it so many times. Come to find out, they just wanted different versions of takes to give to producers, Oprah and Steven and other people, so they could sign off on me. And then they came back December of 2021. They asked me to fly to LA to do a chemistry read with Halle Bailey, Little Mermaid. And she had just finished, I think she had just finished filming Little Mermaid. So she was fresh off that. I came in fresh out of nowhere, just from my mom's basement, and we bonded really quickly. And I think we both knew in the room that we had something really special because we bonded so fast and we're like playing games with each other and working on the scenes with each other. And then I went back to Greece. I went back to the writer's room. We were on Zoom. So I was just sitting there a couple of days later, and then I get a text from my entire team. And when it's the whole team, it's either like the best news or it's like, uh-oh, doomsday. And I was like, oh gosh, what is it going to be? And just went outside. I told them on Zoom, like, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. And then went off camera and then went outside. My agent called me and was like, you got the part. You're the choice. Like, Oprah and Steven Spielberg have all signed off on you and they're so excited. And then I was jumping and screaming around for so long. And then I just went back to the writer's room. I went back to work. And then a month later, I was sent off to start rehearsals and then to film.
I have so many follow-ups to that entire
Yes.
story.